Hello everyone, here's a tutorial for a 2007 Mazda 3 hatchback. As you can see, this will apply to anything from 2004 to I believe 2009. They were the same body style. We are going to be replacing the cabin air filter. Safety first, make sure you take off the negative battery terminal. It's going to have a lock nut like so. It's going to be a 10mm socket. Make sure you take it off and tuck it away. And if your car has a remote start, you want to make sure that you want to put it into service mode or valet mode before you do that. How you go about doing that in these 2007 Mazda 3s, Gen 1 Mazda 3s, is your car will have a little LED indicator right there. So what you want to do is you want to put your key in the ignition, turn it to the on position, basically the position right before it cranks. And you want to press and hold lock for 2 seconds. This will start beeping. That will turn off your remote start. Now your car is in service mode. To undo that, again, when you're all done, batteries put back together, back in the on position, press unlock for 2 seconds, and this light will go off, and then you can start your car once, and thereafter your remote start system should work the way it used to. And again, this is only for the factory remote start. Now on to the real thing. We are doing the cabin air filter. I've got this replacement filter right there. Got it off of Amazon. Should be available at many places. So first things first, took off this kicker panel. There was a rivet right there that needed to be popped out. Plastic, be gentle with it. It is not a screw, so just get in there with a flathead, pop it out, and it should pop out. That was the only thing holding this little guy. That exposed the actual area we need to go to, and it is all the way back here. This guy with those 2 screws right there is where the filter is housed. Now I know this looks intimidating with this mess of wires that you see, but it is not that complicated. Now other YouTube videos will tell you need to take this off, take out the whole glove compartment and everything. You do not need to do that. That is not by the book. That is not what the factory manual suggests. So all you need to do is take off the kicker panel. You're gonna have this plastic piece right here that's gonna be right there like so. You're gonna go underneath there, press these 2 tabs like so, one here and one here, and then it will drop down. You want to pull that towards you and it will come out. That will expose the filter housing. Now this guy will be up there. You see these 2 tap screws. You do not need any tools. You can just twist them counterclockwise with your finger. It will pop loose like so. One on this end, one right there on that end, and that should drop down like below. There's 2 of these legs that hook onto, let's see, cannot see it in there, but right there, this metal thing, it latches on there. So you want to push it up and then out towards you from both sides. Make sure you're putting equal pressure on both sides and it will come out towards you. So once that is unhooked, do take a picture of where everything goes. There's a couple connectors on the top, and then couple on the bottom. Connectors are this style. They will have these 2 tabs, 1 and 2. You push them, you pull that towards you, you pull that up, and then you'll hear it click, and that'll pretty much disengage this. Similar blue connector, similar green connector. Again, push it out there, and once it's in its farthest position, it should unhook. And you've got these tiny guys back there. Once that is done, you should be good to go. Now the next step is this metal plate right there. That is what you need to remove. Holding set metal plate are two 12mm sockets, 12mm bolts, sorry. You need a ratchet with a 12mm attachment to take those off. That will come out. That will give us access to this panel right there that houses the filter. Alright, be back in a bit. Alright guys, got a better light. So after 45 minutes, because I did not have the correct tools, that metal bar that we talked about was being held by this nut. If you want for comparison, it is a 12mm lug nut, and they're the same bolts as those. Now, one problem that I ran into that I had to run to AutoZone for, you've got your traditional 12mm socket, and it goes over just fine. But those had those longer screws, as you saw, so I needed to go get myself one of these. One of these being a deep 12mm socket. Same guy, just a lot deeper. This worked just fine. Got them loose in 15 seconds. So finally off. Now you want to go ahead and right there, 1, 2, you want to unhook this sensor. Right there is a third bolt, and behind it is a fourth screw, sorry. And these are it. 4 of these. You take them out, and that should grant you access. Next take after taking it out. Thanks. Alright, so here we are. Old filter, meet new filter. As you can see, this is about 70-ish thousand miles worth of gunk. My air conditioning was starting to stink, so that's what kind of forced me to do this. I knew this was going to be a pain in the butt, but hey, had to be done, right? And I'm sure it's going to work a lot better. So as far as going in, it follows the same procedure. So on the new one, you see the foam up top that denotes that like it's going to go exactly like you see it. This is going to be the top piece, it's going to be the bottom piece, and they're going to look like that. So first you're going to want to put in the top piece, slide it up, and you see these ridges right there. That pattern right there is so this guy can actually hook on and fit into that. So yep, foam denotes the top. Push the first piece in, flick it up top, push the second piece in, and you should be good. And you want to do this in the channel towards your seat. There's going to be 2 channels when you unbolt those things. It's the channel away from the firewall towards the interior of the car. Alright guys, there you have it. I reiterate, if at all you can afford it, to have this done at the dealer. And especially if you're like me and you do not have a lift to hoist up the car to make this access easier, let the dealer take care of it for $100, $120, whatever they charge. But it is done. That's the last one. The first portion was added, like I said, pushed up. It's a bit harder than I thought, but then you just shove this in. You check they are both aligned right there. So now it's just a matter of putting it back together. This cover goes back on, the screws go back on, the bracket goes back on with the 2 nuts right there, and then the fuse box goes back on. And please make sure to push in all these harnesses all the way. If not, they will cause your car's electronics to go wonky. Not get damaged, just go wonky. Like you do one thing, the other thing happens, or it does not happen properly. So just be wary of that. I'll do a last take with me breathing in fresh air because of the fact that I'm done. Thank you. Alright, this will be the last take. Pretty much everything is done. That cover is back on. That harness was plugged back in. Do not forget to do that. Do you remember the 4 screws that goes there, and 2 up there? I got the metal bracket back there, put on the lug nuts. We are looking good. I know a lot of you are going to ask me about this empty wire and about these wire taps. I have never messed around with this car. I am choosing to believe that my car has a Mazda remote start, but I think it was installed at the dealership, and that it is their handiwork to use wire taps. Kind of pisses me off. But anyways, I digress. All the connectors just need to be plugged back into this guy, and we should be good. Place these two covers back on. That's the kick panel. One rivet goes there, plastic. This just has the clips. We are done. You have these two, obviously the old filters. And just to help you guys out, I am going to throw these instructions that I got with my filters. Didn't really use them, but I think what's going to be handy is this position. How do you line them up? Notice the foam up top. Make sure it goes like that so you get proper airflow. Thank you. And do not believe the fact that it says 25 minutes. Like, I'm not a newbie at this car stuff, but it still took me, let's just say, an hour, 45 minutes to an hour if I had the tools. Alright, this has been another take. Please put any questions in the comments and I'd be more than happy to answer. Obviously the reinstall and putting this all back together is going much faster. Alright, take care. Mazda's looking good. I am a happy camper. Thank you. Alright guys, just wanted to recap. I did not have to remove any glove compartment or any of this right side kick panel. Do not believe any of the videos that tell you that you do need to do so. One tip that I had was, obviously you want to slide your seat all the way back in its tracks, but you want to lay it flat like so. This really helps if you sit on it having your legs right here and your back right there, and it really gives you a way better working angle, especially for those last couple screws that you have to do. Alright, later, and like I said, any questions, please put them in the comments. Thank you.